In the 1800s, when they opened up the Kansas territories to settlers, they gave the settlers some land, the government did, or they sold it to them at a very inexpensive price. And the deal was they had to settle that land and farm that land to keep it. And land speculators and bankers weren't allowed to have any of that land. It was supposedly just for the settlers. So a lot of folks, shopkeepers, miners, whatever, they came out to Kansas, thought they'd try their luck at farming, not knowing quite what they were getting into. Because those lands out in western Kansas are rough. The weather out there in the summer, it's so hot. Then the winters are icy cold. The wind blows constantly. Not an easy place to be at all. And as hard as it was for the farmers to get their crops in and get them to grow, life was even harder on the women out there. More than one woman just went insane out there. They just lost their minds. Life was so hard. That wind constantly blowing just seemed to get inside their mind to take what sanity they had. Living that hard land, their houses were cut out of the side of a hill, just a dirt cave with maybe some wood up in the front. Not much of a house. It lived dirt floor, dirt ceiling, dirt walls. Life was hard. And like I say, a lot of women just didn't make it. And the farmers would have to go to the bankers and get a loan when their crops didn't come in, which was usually the case. So they'd take a loan and put their land up for collateral. Then they wouldn't be able to pay off that loan. And the banks would end up with the land after all. The banks and the land speculators ended up with the land after a few years. And those poor farmers, settlers, had to go on west to California. Some of them did. Most of them went back east where they came from, back to Pennsylvania or Ohio or wherever. And on the side of their wagons, they would paint a sign. And that sign said, "In God we trusted, in Kansas we busted." Well, that's just too good a line to leave out of a song. So it's the first line of this song called "In Kansas We Busted." In God we trusted, in Kansas we busted, beneath that scorching summer sun. All spirits turned to dust, everything was lost. We knew those crops could never come. My papa turned to drinking, my mama started sinking. She just sat and sang with the wind. Well, it blew most every day, took all our dreams away, leaving sand where once the crops had been. You could feel the devil's breath in the Kansas winds. Those winds, they blew most every day. We took all that we had, we put it in the land, but the banks, they took it all away. Well, it wasn't very long till Mama's mind was gone. I swear she died of broken dreams. We knew all hope was gone, we'd have to move along. The land was lost to bankers' schemes. You could feel the devil's breath in the Kansas winds. Those winds, they blew most every day. We took all that we had, we put it in the land, but the banks, they took it all away. We moved back to West Virginia, where we lived with Papa's family, and I became a coal miner's son. Though I was barely 9, they put me working in those mines, praying for a better day to come. You could feel the devil's breath in the Kansas wind. Those winds, they blew most every day. We took all that we had, we put it in